Hello children, good afternoon everyone. Myself Uma. Welcome back to our online session of Standard 2 subject English. So before we start today's topic, let's do a small recap what we have learned in the previous video. So in the previous chapter we have learned position words in language study. Position words are the words tells about where exactly a person, a place, animal or thing is. So hope all of you understood the chapter very well. Let's begin today's our new chapter. So today we are going to learn a new poem. The name of the poem is My Telescope, and this poem is written by Tony Bradman. The name of the poet is who? Tony Bradman. So we'll recite this poem from our English Balbharathi textbook. Students, please pay attention. The name of the poem is My Telescope. I bought myself a telescope to look into the sky, to see the solar system and the comets whizzing by. I searched the sky for planets, for satellites and stars. And now I have got a telescope. They don't seem very far. It's brought them very close to me. It's made the stars my friends. Except, of course, when I make a mistake and look through the wrong end. Tony Bradman. The name of the poet is Tony Bradman. This poem tells about the poet that he wants to see the planets in the sky. He wants to see the sun, the moon, the satellites, everything in the sky. So to that he brought an instrument. So what is that instrument? That is a telescope. So students, what is meaning of the telescope? Telescope means it is an instrument to view the distant objects. That means if the objects are very far to us, we cannot see clearly to them. If you want to make that object close to us, for that with the help of this telescope we will see through this telescope that all the objects are very close to, it seems very close to us. So like that, poet Bradman brought a telescope to view the full solar system through it. He wants to see the sun, he wants to see the moon and stars, and he wants to see the satellite, he wants to see the comet from this solar system. So through the telescope, the poet can see all the planets in the sky very clearly. When he saw into the sky, all the planets are not clearly visible. He wants to see each planet very clearly and very closely. For that, he brought a telescope. So through the telescope, he can see all the planets from our solar system very clearly. When he saw from his telescope, it seems him that all the planets are not so far. It makes him that all the planets very close to him, and also the stars, the moons make him as a friend. But of course, when he will make a mistake, what the mistake? When he will see from the wrong end of the telescope, again the are not visible clearly. For that purpose, we want to see all the planets in the sky very clearly through the telescope. For that, he brought telescope to see all the planets very clearly. When he saw through the telescope, all the planets are visible clearly, and he sees that they are not so far. They are very close to me, and the stars and all the other planets, he feels that they become friends to me. But when he makes a mistake, that when he saw from the wrong end of the telescope, again he sees that all the planets are far to him. Students, hope all of you understood. Let's once again we'll recite the poem. My telescope. I bought myself a telescope to look into the sky, to see the solar system and the comets whizzing by. I searched the sky for planets, for satellites and stars, and now I have got a telescope. They don't seem very far. This poet tells that he brought himself a telescope to look into the sky, to see the solar system and the comets whizzing by. Solar system means what? Solar system, the sun and the other heavenly bodies around it. The heavenly other bodies are around it. So he brought for himself a telescope to look into the sky, to see the full solar system and the comets whizzing by. He searched the sky for planets, for satellites and stars. He is searching through the telescope, the planets, satellites and stars. For that now I have brought. He got a telescope, and they don't seem very far. So to see all these planets from our solar system, he brought a telescope. Through that, when he saw all that, it seems that they are not very far. It brought them very close to me. It's made the stars my friend. When the poet saw through the telescope, he sees that all the planets are very close to him, and also it's made the stars made his friends. But except of course when he make mistake and look through the wrong end. When he will make mistake to look through the wrong end of the telescope, again he sees that all the planets are very far to him. So through the telescope in a proper end, when he saw, it seems all the planets, all the sun, stars, whatever the planets are there in the solar system, it seems him that they are very near to him. They are not so far, and they all came close to him, and all they became friends to him. But of course when he will make a mistake, so when he see the wrong end of the telescope. So students, hope all of you understood. Let's do one activity and you can understand this topic better. Now you have to name the pictures. So which picture you can see this? It's a picture of telescope. Let's see the another one. Which picture is this? It's a picture of comet. Let's see the next one. Which picture is this? It's a picture of sun. Then Saturn. These all the planets are there in our solar system. What do you see this? Stars. Very good. Next, it's a moon. Next, it's a solar system. See, this in all the solar system we can see the planets. So, through the telescope, the poet wants to see all these planets very closely and nearly. That's why he brought a telescope. Through that telescope, when he saw all these planets, it seems him that they are not very far. They are very close to him, and all these planets becomes friends to him. The last one is a satellite. So through the telescope, he saw all these planets. He is searching for satellites, sun, moon, stars. But when he brought for that to look all this, to see all these planets in the solar system, through the telescope, it seems that all the planets are not so far. They came all close to him, and all the planets becomes his friends. So of course, when he will do a mistake with when he saw the wrong end of the telescope, again it seems that they are very far. But through the telescope properly, when he saw, he seems that all the planets are very close to him, and they all become his friends. So hope you all of you understood this poem very well. Thank you. Be safe and stay home.